Alright, so we are back in Fire and Ice only today, and we are starting the Amphoreus quest. When getting ready to go to Amphoreus, we visit March, who is taking too long to pack, and realize that she doesn't feel well. Because she isn't feeling well enough to go on the trip, she decides to give us her camera, and we tell her that we're going to take all the pictures we can when we get there. Of course. Why wouldn't we for this sweet girl? So we go and we get into a separate cart and we start going off to Amphoreus with Don Hun. So yeah, we're flying along until we get absolutely shot out of the sky. Why? We crash land, and when we go to see Don Hun, he is passed out. So we decide to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Of course, we're like, yeah, this is the way. Turns out it was not the way because, Don Hun woke up. So yeah. No, I really, I found that game option really funny. Anyways, we continue on with Don Hun to explore a bit, and we see this little pink creature. And as we walk through, everything changes. Seems to be changing to the past, then back to the future, and then eventually back to the past again. So it seems like this little pink creature is doing all of this. And so as we go through, we find a sphere in the sky, and so we decide to take a photo of it, obviously, for March 7th. It's this kind of statue ball thingy in the sky. So we take a photo of it for her, and then we continue to move on. We eventually see these gates, in which we decide to also take a photo of them for March. Because why wouldn't we? However, we soon come across stone statues that turn into enemies. Why wouldn't we come across that? So we're thrown into yet another battle with some slightly different mechanics than usual, as they are Amphoreus enemies. It does take us a little longer to clear this battle just because of the fact that I had a break team on and forgot to switch to our Herta team. The only way this was a little bit easier was because of Fugue Salt, but these enemies are not meant for fire weakness break teams, as pretty much none of them have fire weaknesses. Anyways, we go through the battles. We're on wave 2 now. And we, of course, clear that with ease. However, when we get to wave 3, we are interrupted, and this random white-haired dude decides to plunge in on us, and as he fights and plunges in on us, he decides to graciously grab Don Hun's spear and destroy it. There it goes. And then he steals my baseball bat. What the heck, man? Anyways, we talk to this dude, and he wants everyone to be safe. Until this little red-haired girl joins him and tells him to stop beating up strangers and taking their things, because that's kind of mean. We realize she is named Tribby, and we tell them we're trailblazers from beyond the sky, obviously. So they're a bit interested in the fact that we're beyond the sky. And so we follow Tribby, and she leads us to this area where she turns back time. This way we can pass without falling, as this is now turn time back when the structure was full. However, when we get across, we see these guys, and we enter another fight. Of course, I had forgotten to switch to my Herta team again, because I'm super smart. So we use Break Team and slowly inch down on their health, but we do beat it. We then keep going over, and we look and talk to the locals and see as Tribby tells us a song and story. After the story, we are approached by some dromas who are going to now take us to the safety of Okama. So, oh yeah, I forgot to say, white-haired dude's name is Finon. Definitely mentioned that. Anyways, as we go back, we realize that the safety of Okama is under siege. So that's not very safe. Not gonna lie. So now we're thrown into yet another fight because these guys can't keep their city safe. Of course. We then officially enter battle and slowly inch down on the enemy's health again because I'm stupid and forgot to put on the herded team again. Anyways, once we break them, all is said and done. We meet My Day, who is also battling off some dudes. So yeah, him and Finon are like talking back and forth. My Day says we're invaders. I would say the opposite. Anyways, we continue on and we meet Casters, who is the embodiment of death itself. As in, you will die if she touches you. Because she's just got this aura around her where you can basically just die. Which again is not very good. So we keep our distance, of course. You know, we keep our distance, just like COVID, 6 feet. Except I don't think we really stayed 6 feet behind. But honestly, who cares? We're thrown into yet another battle with these big guys. And this battle took so long, just because inching away on his toughness bar was terrible. But we did beat him. And we eventually run into Nicodor at the large palace of Okama, where we find out that we need to beat this guy to a pulp because he's angry and he's not very happy. So he decides to attack us, which is not very fun. I did remember to change to my Herda team for this. However, we don't get remembered as main character till like almost the end of the story, so she isn't doing her full output of damage yet. Though after we slowly inch down on health, we beat Nicodor, and well, we actually didn't beat him because why would you beat him? Instead, this very pretty lady decides to stop him with golden strings, therefore allowing Finon to get the final blow. But she does explain that this isn't the true Nicodor, which means we just fought a version of him, and we need to actually go and find him and beat the crap out of him. But yeah, we only beat the small version of him, so this might take longer than we thought. Anyways, that's it for part 1. Bye!